Parents across Connecticut are in the thick of back to school preparations this week, buying clothes, backpacks, all of that, but also reminding parents to pay attention to their children's mental health needs as they prepare for another school year during a pandemic. So I'm joined by Jennifer Lando. She is a service director at Community Health Resources. And thank you for being with us, Jennifer. It's an exciting but also a stressful time.
It sure is. Thanks for having me today.
Yeah, so as we talk about Community Health Resources, or CHR, you really want parents to even have that conversation about mental health and how their kids are feeling right now.
Yeah, so I think it's just important to keep an open dialogue with your kids so that you're not just connecting with them when you think that there's a problem. I think as kids are getting ready to go back to school or have just started school, there's probably a lot that they're feeling. And so it's important for parents to talk with their kids about what's on their minds and just let them know that you're open to listening and talking with them anytime. I think another piece that's really important is to pay attention to your child and give them your full attention. I think it's so easy with all of the distractions in our world and our day-to-day stuff that it's easy for us to kind of get distracted and maybe not give our kids our full attention.
Yeah, that presence. Even I remember reading one time, if you could just come home and do even 5 minutes, 10 minutes of just doing nothing else but listening to your kids, a lot of behavior issues go away.
Absolutely. It's so important.
So I guess that could be true. So when is a good time to start these conversations?
Yeah, I think it's important to be open and available whenever you can. Seek your kids out, spend time with them. I think, oftentimes we have a lot of teenagers that we might be working with, and we hear from parents like they spend time by themselves, they're in their rooms all the time. And instead of expecting our kids to come to us to kind of have these conversations, if you kind of continually go to them and just let them know that you're kind of open and willing to have those conversations with them at any time, you're more likely to have them kind of open up to you about how things are going for them.
So is there an age group that's had the hardest time through these difficult year and a half now?
No, I mean, gosh, yeah, it has been a year and a half, right? I think, all age groups have really had different things that they've had to struggle with. I don't think that there's one age group that has had more difficulty than another. When you think about our younger kids, they've had kind of that routine and consistency that they need turned upside down. And we've asked a lot of changes of them. And our older youth have struggled with not being able to connect with their peers the same way that they're used to. So I think over this past 18 months, all kids have had to learn and adapt to constant changes. So there have been challenges, I think, for every kid, kind of regardless of their age.
So is there, as far as drug use or signs of that, sometimes it's just a little jitterbug, little nerves, but how do parents know if it's something more serious like drug use?
Yeah, I think, parents know their kids best. They're spending hopefully some time with them and are able to pick up things like changes in their mood, their eating, their sleep patterns. Maybe they're seeing different behavioral problems with them. Maybe there's changes in how they're functioning at school. Maybe there's less interest in activities that they used to enjoy doing. And so when you see some of those things kind of coming up for your kids, again, going back to that communication piece, it's really important to have conversations with them about what's going on.
And if you suspect that there is some drug or alcohol use going on, what do you do?
Yeah, sure. I think, paying attention to how your kid is doing so you can recognize when there's a change in their presentation is really important. And so as a parent, you want to offer support. You want to be non-judgmental about this as much as you can. And if you've been open about these things with your children from the beginning, then your kid is going to feel more comfortable coming to you to begin with. And if you have concerns, seek help. A therapist can meet with you and your child to gather additional information, assess what's going on, and then make recommendations for treatment if needed.
Community Health Resources is unique in that people can call you and you'll actually help match them with the appropriate therapist and offer different programs that might be best for that situation.
Yes. So real easy. We have a toll-free number that you can call. It's 877-884-3571. And our staff who answer the phones are going to ask you some basic questions to find out what's going on and help connect you with the program that they think is going to be the best fit for you.
And you work with all insurances, private, or if a family doesn't have insurance, you work with that too?
Correct. We will work with all families regardless of insurance.
And some of the parents might be worried about, how do I even get my kid there? I'm working, I'm doing whatever. So that's where telehealth could come in. You offer a lot of telehealth options if you need it for convenience.
Yes, absolutely. So I think one of the things that we really like that came out of the pandemic is the ability to provide telehealth services to our clients. And so while we're offering in-person sessions to all of the children and adults and families that we work with, at the same time, we're also offering telehealth services. So, we have found that it reduces a lot of barriers for the families that we're working with. They don't have to worry about, pulling their child out of school, bringing them to an office, trying to find childcare for other family members. And so it certainly has opened up, I think, services to some families that maybe there were barriers in place before for them seeking services.
So one of the best things, I guess, as a parent you can do is even just letting your kids know that you support them and you're there for them and that you would offer them help. That can probably go a long way in letting your kids know that they are supported at home.
Absolutely. I think just letting them know that you're there for them, and showing them that you're willing to be there for them by listening to them and giving them your full attention, I think is one of the most important things that you can do as a parent.
Jennifer Lando from Community Health Resources, CHR. Thank you so much for being with us. If people are listening on Facebook right now, I'd love for you to just shout out the phone number and the website again. So if this is resonating with you at home, you know where to go to get a little help.
Yeah. So again, our toll-free number is 877-884-3571. And our website is chrhealth.org.
All right. Thank you so much. We wish you a nice, happy, and safe holiday weekend and back to school season.
Thanks so much. Have a great day.